Hello, and welcome to Connecting You to You Radio, where we tune in to receive the messages of health and well being that are being broadcast from the soul. I'm your host, Lisa Warner, author of The Simplicity of Self Healing. I show you how to heal your body naturally by combining your body's innate intelligence with the wisdom of your own soul so that you can break through the mental programming of limiting beliefs that cause disease and make healing your body and changing your life simple. Hello and welcome. Welcome to another Lunch with Lisa. I am Lisa Warner. I am the author of The Simplicity of Self Healing. It's a book I wrote after I healed myself from cancer without using doctors or pills or even any special diets. I simply changed the way I looked at what was happening to my body. And I started to realize that there was more than what meets the eye. We have all heard the saying, there's more to life than what meets the eye. And this is very, very true. Our physical eyes are foreseeing the physical world. The physical world around us is only part of the reality. It is only part of who we are. These bodies are not who we are. These bodies are the vessel for holding who we are. We all hear the term body, mind, and soul. Well, we are the soul. We are non-physical beings, pure light and love and consciousness. We cannot see ourselves in the mirror. We can only see our physical bodies in the mirror, these physical vehicles that we are using to have a physical experience. We are embodying ourselves here on earth in order to have an experience. The vast majority of who we are as beings is non-physical. Thoughts, emotions, ideas, beliefs, dreams, these are all non-physical. Energy, non-physical. The vast majority of us is non-physical. And the non-physical self is eternal. Think about that for a moment. Non-physicalness is eternal. It's infinite, has no boundary, no beginning and end. It has no location. The physicalness provides the location. We are not physical beings. The body is not who we are. And when the body stops working, we simply move on to our next experience. When we end the current physical incarnation, we move on to our next experience. This means that there is no death. So here we are in the midst of the great awakening on planet Earth. And this is all part of the great awakening. It's recognizing that there is far more to us than meets the eye. And When we start to understand what the rest of us is, all of our power, all of our higher intelligence, all of the answers we've been seeking lie in the non physical. So, the vast majority of us have been trained to look only at the physicalness. We're taught if it's not physical, then it's not real. We're taught, oh, that's just your imagination. That's not real. The imagination is the tool that we use to navigate the non physical realms, the unseen realms, the realms that we do not see with our physical eyes. We can see with our imagination. How we use our imagination determines the experience that we generate for ourselves. We are each creating our own reality. And we have been taught what to create. We have been taught how to use or not use our imagination. You have to get a job. You have to pay your taxes. You have to retire at 65. You're going to get old and die. Your body's wearing out. All kinds of things that we have been taught to see, to replicate. We've been taught this is just the way life is. Well, it may be the way life is, but it's the way life is the way it is because we have created it to be that way. And we are souls with infinite creative ability. We can create anything we desire. We live in a universe of infinite possibilities. All choices are available. But if we don't realize that we have far more choices than what we have been shown to be available, we can't use those extra choices. We can't access more choices. We can't imagine not paying taxes. We can't imagine not ever having to go to the doctor and being perfectly healthy for our entire lives. These are realms of imagination that are completely accessible. But if we don't look for these, we cannot create them. It is absolutely, completely normal and natural to not live on pills. Pills were only invented very recently in history. And now the vast majority of, at least of Americans, live from pill to pill to pill, thinking that this is healthy, that these pills are keeping them alive or keeping them healthy, when in fact they really don't feel well most of the time. Here in America, people believe that they have to go to the doctor every year for at least for a checkup every year, just to make sure there are no monsters in the closet. But this is not actually normal. It's not natural. It has become normalized, and people think that this is natural. But really, the divine design, the way that God, source, creator created these bodies, they're created to be healthy and they're created to actually last for hundreds of years. But we have been taught that a long life is 80, 90, maybe 100 years if you're lucky, and then curtains. So that's what most people create. That's the path that most people follow. This is the path of aging. We just slowly decline until we just vanish from the earth. We're not meant to live like this. But so we have to start to recognize that there is far more to us than meets the eye. What we see in the mirror is the physical human self. We're not seeing the soul. We're not seeing the part of ourselves that is infinite and eternal. We're not seeing the part of ourselves that has divine intelligence. We are not noticing the part of ourselves that is intimately interconnected with the mind of God, the mind of the universe, universal knowing. In these physical bodies, we have been taught to think. Think, think, think. Think, think, think. Think some more. Think, think, think. Think faster. Think some more. Thinking actually isn't a requirement because there's something that is beyond thinking. There is knowing. We can simply know the answer to any question we have because the soul knows all the answers. The non physical self has a far broader view than our physical self. The physical self can only see a certain amount. The vast majority of what is cannot be seen by the physical eyes, but it can be seen by the soul, by the third eye, the eyes of our soul. We've all heard the term our higher self. It's the part of ourselves that has not fallen in consciousness, the part of ourselves that is still intimately interconnected with God's source creator, the universe. Here in physical form, our physical form, the little human self, has fallen in consciousness out of the universal realms, out of the realms of infinite knowing. But it's only the attention point that has fallen. The vast majority of who we are as beings has not fallen into the depths of despair here on this planet where there's war and poverty and crime and corruption and disease and disaster, right? That's not how we live as souls. How it is here on earth is not how it is in the universe. We're pretty unique here. And there's only part of ourselves that is here. But that becomes the vast majority of ourselves when we don't look beyond the surface. When we simply follow the rules, do what we're told, live, uh, you know, don't make waves, don't listen to yourself, do what others want you to do, listen to the experts, trust the doctors, trust the preachers, trust the state, trust the government, trust the when trusting those things really kind of doesn't feel right inside, well, that part that doesn't really feel right inside is the part of us that knows better. It's the part of us that goes, there's something wrong with this. This isn't the way we're supposed to live. In order to be vibrant, healthy, and alive, we have to move beyond the programming. We have to move beyond what we've been taught as the physical self. We have to move beyond what we see in the mirror. We have to think better of ourselves. We have to think more of ourselves. We have to look for what's actually true inside. We have to look for who we truly are. Because currently we are all living in these fields of amnesia where we have forgotten who we are as the soul, as the non physical self. We have forgotten that we are non physical beings. And when we're living from only the physical part of ourselves, we suffer inevitably because we are not whole and complete. We are not recognizing the wholeness of who we are. So, the vast majority of our inner knowing, our divine intelligence, is not being accessed by us. We are simply following the party line. We are simply doing what we're told without really thinking about it, without really noticing that something doesn't feel right. When you go to the doctor, do you just love going to the doctor? And it's like your favorite thing to do. And if you had all kinds of choices of things to do, you would pick going to the doctor. Probably not, right? You'd rather be going on vacation or being outside, playing with the kids or the animals or walking in nature, right? Those are the things that are actually natural and normal to us. Playing out in nature with ones that we love. Healthy, happy, vibrant, alive, free. Having everything we need given to us freely from nature. This is actually the divine design. Currently, we are not living by divine design. We're living by human design. We are living by the design of those who have come before us who have designed the way it is. Here are the rules. This is what you have to do. You can't do this. You have to do that. Never do this. Always do that. Mother, Father, God has no rules. Unconditional love is the rule, the law of nature. So when we start to notice there are two selves, the physical self and the non physical self. All of our power lies in the non physical self, all of the higher intelligence, all of the knowing how to bring our bodies back into balance, knowing how to keep our bodies in balance, knowing how to not follow the rules and still be standing in full honor and integrity, knowing how to be vibrant and alive. All of that is found in the non physical self. So, this is the time of the Great Awakening. and it's awakening to the more of who we are. It is awakening to pierce the veil between the physical world and the non-physical world. And it's simply the matter of being able to move our attention point from the physicalness, from the surface appearances, back into what's actually possible, back into the universe of infinite possibilities, and use our imagination to choose the possibilities that we would prefer to experience. Because we are grand creator beings. This is who and what we are by divine design, by nature. We are creators, and we are each creating our own reality. But for the vast majority of people, they're creating the reality that they're being shown. The reality that's being shown on the news, the reality that's being taught in schools and in churches, and by the medical system. These are not realities that we actually need to even participate in. As grand beings of light, we have the ability to create better. We have the ability to create heaven on earth. But it's up to us. It's up to each and every one of us to start looking within. Start looking for the core essence of who we are. Start noticing the non-physical self. Start noticing when the body is talking, saying, that doesn't feel right. How many times have you made a decision because other people are kind of pressuring you to make a decision, but inside it's like, well, I don't think I should do that. But then you do it because other people want you to do it. And then you go, oh my God, I knew better. I wish I hadn't done that. It's happened to all of us. When we learn to start tuning in to that inner guidance, that still small voice within, that's part of the non-physical self. That's the soul talking directly through our bodies, sending us guidance. It's like the internal guidance system is like the GPS on your car. Soul, the non-physical self, is trying to guide us in the best direction, in the direction that's going to be most joyful, most healthy, most vibrant, fun, alive, exciting, expansive. But when we don't learn to go along with our inner guidance, we simply go with the external guidance. And the external guidance is inevitably going to be going in a different direction than our internal guidance. And it's the internal guidance from the non-physical self that holds all the answers, that holds all of our greatest joys and pleasures. It holds the knowing of how to create better. So I hope this was helpful to you today. If it has been, please let me know. Like the video, subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you'd like to know more about how to start shifting your consciousness and start stepping out of all of these systems, especially the medical system, if you'd like to learn more about that, check out my book, The Simplicity of Self-Healing. It's how I healed myself naturally by shifting my consciousness. So thank you so much for watching today. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm Lisa Warner. I am the author of The Simplicity of Self-Healing and teacher of whole being healing, showing you how to bring all parts and pieces of yourself back together as one so you can live your very best life as your very best self. If you'd like to know more, please check out my website at connectingyoutoyou.com. Until next time, create for yourselves a great week because you can. Bye for now.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Connecting You to You Radio. If you've enjoyed this podcast, please subscribe and share it with your friends. Are you ready to discover more about how simple healing your body can actually be when you do it from the higher wisdom of your soul? To learn more about what I do and how you can work with me, visit connectingyoutoyou.com and get on my mailing list to be the first to know about my latest offerings. If you'd like to interact with me on Facebook, please join my group, Soul Sourced Healing. Check the show notes below for these links and more. I hope to see you again next time on Connecting You to You Radio.